Hello and welcome to another Skullgirls video. This time I'm going to be going through the tier list. Since Combo Breaker basically just happened and it's been a little while since the Umbrella came out with the balance patch that came with her, I feel pretty comfortable actually making this list. I asked people what they wanted and I think the most people wanted me to go from left to right with the characters, so I'm gonna do that. So Annie. Okay, Annie in the balance was changed from being stupid into being, just really good. But what I didn't consider is how good she actually was. I'm actually kind of biased when it comes to the big three, I'm not gonna lie, but Annie, part of the big three now. You just slap Annie in any team and you're good. And you don't need to think about it, just slap Annie in any team and you already made a better team. Annie is really good. Like, really good. I always knew she was really good. I just was a little too biased when it came to the big three. So I'm also a little biased about Beowulf. I think Beowulf is still really good. I think the biggest problem is that he has a bad matchup specifically against the Theonite Beam Assist. And everybody uses that assist now, so in the top 24 I don't think there was a single Beowulf in top 24 at Combo Breaker. So I don't know where to put him, honestly. Maybe I should make a... I don't know, it's just that one assist kind of kills him in my opinion. But if not, he would be pure napalm probably. This basically means that he's gonna blow you up. If he doesn't blow you up, he blows up himself and he dies. There is no middle ground. Just blowing, either you blow your opponent up, or either you scorch your opponent, scorched earth on your opponent, you kill their entire team with just this one guy, or this one guy kinda dies fast. No in between. Big Band is part of the big three. I don't know, you can finally make the argument if Big Man deserves to be like the top here, or if Annie should be at the top, but these two are very close together now. I still believe Big Man is at the top of the big three because his versatility is still the best in the game in my opinion. With his assists, like with his neutral assist, with his combo assist, with his DP assist, he's got everything. He's still like the most versatile with some of the best assists in the game. But Annie is there, very close in my opinion. Then Bella is still part of the big three. And Double too. These two are basically fighting for the last spot. Probably would be Double in my opinion because of the cat head DHC most likely. And how Double plays neutral by her with just one special and that's it. And Bella does have to work a little harder in some matchups, specifically when Bella needs to approach by herself. She is not the best at approaching. She has a lot of tools that help her, but she still needs to be wary of a lot of things. Double is kind of like light Big Man in versatility. Yeah, she's versatile and she's got great stuff, but maybe you would rather want Big Man. So these two are kind of fighting for the third spot in the big three. But all these four characters are some of the best in the game. And now Eliza. Okay, Eliza changed in a very good way. And I think they fixed one of her biggest weaknesses, which was neutral. Because her air approach was really risky. Her buttons would extend hurt box first instead of hitbox, so it was kind of tricky to go against someone that actually knew that without any assist or anything. But now she can call skeleton semi-safely, so if someone is trying to catch you with your extended hurt box, you might actually just go into the skeleton and punish them for it, and that goes into full combo now. Well, it depends on where you are on the screen, but mostly it goes into full combo and reset and stuff, and she does great damage. So her two issues were basically neutral, being a little too tricky, and now that skeleton is good, that's fixed. The other one is that she has no real reversal aside from level 3, and that's still an issue. So she would honestly either be a bombshell or pure napalm. I would probably put her somewhere between these two. I'm not entirely sure. Again, bombshell is just like napalm but light. Like, yeah, she'll kill one or two of your opponent's characters, or she'll die herself. But if she's pure napalm, she can kill the entire cast on her own. So I would say bombshell. I think Beowulf can actually really kill the entire team by himself if he does the right decisions. Not so much with Eliza, but she is not bad anymore. She's actually good. She's still a little tricky to put in a team because of how weird her assists are, but she's really good. If you want to play her, go play her. She's pretty good now. Only real issue is a very lacking defense. And then Filia. So Filia, really good. Filia's still really good. I would pull Filia in left, right. You're just having a grand old time. You're laughing, you're having fun, you don't have any worry in the world. You're just playing Skullgirls and having fun. That's it. Filia is still really good, but she does have her weaknesses. Her approach can be answered several ways by a bunch of the cast, especially like Annie with Crouching Light Punch. And how is that Crouching Light Punch better than Robo Fortunes? That's weird. I don't even know if it's factually better, but I've seen Annie Crouching Light Punch way more successfully than Robo has ever done it. I mean, yeah, like, she just has a little trouble approaching certain matchups in the approach, but she's got pretty good neutral, she's got pretty good damage, she's got great resets, she's got pretty good defense. She's a jack of all trades, nothing wrong with her, but not enough to be the big three, but she is still up there. Fukua. Fukua I would put in the party crashers tier. There weren't many Fukuas in this combo breaker. So Fukua's really good, but she's kind of like not all there when it comes to like Skullgirls. I think a lot of people would rather go for the other characters than do a little bit of the same, or do something a little different. She's like, the party's going, she arrives and nobody bats an eye because she parties really good, but she wasn't invited. I don't know if I'm explaining myself. She was not invited to the party, but she crashes it and no one bats an eye because she knows how to party. That's kind of like where she's at in the tier list. She's good, but she's not like the first pick, even though she's really good. Then Miss Fortune. Miss Fortune would be, you probably guessed it, best if good assists limbo. In Combo Breaker there were a lot of cat girls, a lot of misfortunes. From the last tier list, I did say this. I said I think she's kind of like the best character in the game. If she had good assists, she would actually be the best character in the game. But she doesn't have good assists. She's a little weird and relegated basically to being a point character. But she's extremely good, as you saw in Combo Breaker. It's insane. She's got everything aside from assists. And they actually like hurt her real bad in the beta before Umbrella came out. They nerfed her to the ground. And I was like, okay, this is a little too much. I mean, she's really good and deserves a couple nerfs, but that was too much. And they didn't go through with it. I think they also realized how tough in a balancing position they are when it comes to Misfortune. And she's that good, but has a big flaw in a team game. So yeah, that's weird. So then Painwheel. Oh, Painwheel. I think there were only like 1 or 2 Painwheels used in Combo Breaker. So Painwheel was good, specifically because you could DHC into her install and kill anyone. Just DHC into kill. Just, oh, I touch you, I have 2 bars, I'm DHing into my install, killing you. The issue is that Annie kinda does that without an install. Her supers do a lot of damage and she has great DHCs. Annie can kinda do that with 2 or 3 bars in a lot of situations. And she already is part of the big 3, so if I believe that most people were like, why would I want to play Painwheel? That she's kind of in a weird spot too in this assist wise. For the ability to DHC into a kill when Annie, with great assist and great by herself, can't do that by herself. So now she's kind of relegated to playing her usual game, which is not even Skullgirls, she's just playing tag. Have you ever played against a Painwheel that's kind of good? Or good? You know how they just fly up, they up back flying, then call an assist and approach, and if you get hit, they got you, but if you didn't get hit, they just fly back up and wait for their assist to come back. You're not playing, that's very strong, that's still very strong. But they're not even playing Skullgirls, they're just playing tag. So the thing is that the problem with Painwheel at this moment, I think, is that Annie kind of does what she does, but a little better. So that's why she's relegated so low right now and how so little people use her. There was someone going like, oh, how is Painwheel not S tier? It's like, oh, you know that guy started playing the game like 2 weeks ago. Okay, now Parasoul. Parasoul, absolute bombshell. You know, she takes big risks, and so she takes some big risks in some of her resets. But again, if she gets momentum going, she's at least killing 1 or 2 characters. She's at least killing 1. Good case scenario, killing 2. She cannot kill a whole team by herself. I don't think so though. The only one that can kind of do that is Beowulf, but again, Beowulf is also in a tricky spot again because he gets killed by one of the most used assists in the game. His neutral dies with that assist. It's weird. But yeah, Parasoul, she just needs like, and her movement really is lacking. Her neutral is still pretty good. She has pretty good air buttons, pretty good grounded buttons, pretty good dashing speed. But her not being able to double jump or air dash really hurts her in certain matchups, and her being tall hurts her in the specific Peacock matchup because it's harder to go to avoid all those projectiles. So she has a lot of issues, but if she gets there, she's gonna take at least 1 character off, 1 character down. So she's a bombshell, she's pretty good. Peacock is in the why are we still here tier. Why is that? Well, basically because she was actually nerfed. She's been steadily nerfed, and I believe she's in a more fair place now because of that. But she's still kind of dumb. She is still kind of dumb. I'm not entirely sure if she's dumb enough to be better than the big 3, on par with the big 3, or a little lower than the big 3, but she's still a menace. Like a huge menace. Especially if you play, again, in characters that are not built to avoid her projectiles. So, she's still really good. She's been nerfed to not being as dumb anymore. But she still has a lot of dumb things with her. Some of the best, the second best damage in the game is the character with the second best damage in the game is also the best zoner in the game. Go figure that one out. It's so weird. Yeah, that's Peacock. She's really good. But I'm not entirely sure if she is crime anymore. That's the thing. I'm not entirely sure if she's a crime anymore. But she's still amazingly good. And then the Robo Fortune goes into the fix Goose's eject seat. Like, she was a really good wingman, really good support, really good wingman before she got she got fixed. But like Goose, what's the point of having a good wingman when you try to eject and you hit your head in the glass thing of the cockpit and you die? You know, have you seen Top Gun? Imagine you have the best support, the best wingman in the game, but instead of just dying when you try to do something, you actually eject. You can actually do things. That's what the fix basically did for Robo. Like, just slap Robo in any team and your team is better. Specifically because of how good a support she is. She got fixed really good. She is this top tier now, in my opinion. This is kinda... This is a little bit like... let's change this one to yellow, was it? Or this one? There we go. No, it was yellow. This is kinda ordered. Pure Napalm and Bombshells kinda blend in together, and Laugh Riot and Party Crashers also kinda blend in together. These two are kind of on their own, the big three and the Limbo, you know, but Robo Fortune is just a great support. She now can hold her own ground. You still don't want her to be by herself at the end of the, like, in the end of the day. You don't want your opponent to be have a one-on-one with just Robo Fortune. You still don't want that. She's a wingman. She needs her Maverick, but again, she got fixed. The eject state got fixed. Before, you would try to eject, you would try to get out of there, you would try to do something, you died. Now she doesn't. Now she gets out of there. Now she can do stuff. She is now the best support in the game, in my opinion. And being the best support in the game basically means she's kinda top tier. Not top tier by herself, but top tier in the context of the team game, by how much she actually supports. So that's why she's there. Now, Squigly. I honestly not entirely sure what to put Squigly, because Squigly is in a weird spot. There was so much. Let's put Squigly. Squigly is pure napalm, which would change Beowulf into here, and Squigly would actually blend in more with Laugh Riot and Party Crashers. Yeah, and Beowulf goes down a peg. Basically because she takes risks, but she can kill the entire team by herself. She can actually do that if she takes good decisions. She can entirely kill the entire team by herself. She does need to take risks for that, and she needs a little bit of work. But her supers, her utility supers, help her a lot in some matchups. Like I saw in Combo Breaker how just a good super, a good reversal super, or a good super on defense would immediately turn the tides, like really fast. And she has the Daisy Pusher and the upper thing, or whatever that's called. She has a lot of options to do that. And she has actually good neutral, because, you know, the Squigly special, jumping light kick. Like, you just jump light kick and eventually you'll catch your opponent. That's how she works. She has been used way more now. I still think she has some weaknesses, but her being able to control the air so well, and being able to kill and actually have reversals, she's pretty good. She is really good. So don't sleep on Squigly. I don't think she's like the best or anything, but don't sleep on her. She's really good. Again, this kind of blend in together somewhat. Then Valentine is a party crasher. Same with Fukua. Not invited, but shows up nonetheless, and nobody cares because they party really well. He's weird. She also kind of plays tag, but doesn't really play tag that, but plays tag better with double jump and air dash. She can double jump and air dash in the same jump, and how she has good damage, and with a couple of good synergy assists, she can send you to Brazil, and then you have a lot of lag and you cannot do anything. she's really good. She just kind of has a hard time fitting in. Same with Fukua. Like, that's it. They just have a hard time fitting into teams sometimes. But they're really good still. So they're party crashers. Umbrella, I honestly would put Umbrella at the bottom of the totem pole, and Bombshells. There were like 2 or 1 Umbrella in top 24 combo breaker. I think it was just 1. And she just, like, yeah, she does good damage and everything, but it requires so much work to get her neutral and her buttons where you want them to be. And she, again, doesn't have the best mobility, same with Parasoul. So the best thing she's got going for her is good damage. Her resets are also not that great. Specifically because, again, almost no mobility, and her dash is not that good. Like, she can't like dash under for mix-ups like Parasoul can. And she needs to be more patient when it comes to opening up the opponent. Same as Robo. Robo needs to be a little more patient when opening up the opponent, but she has way better mobility, which allows her to be patient. Her Umbrella doesn't really have the mobility to have that patience. She's in a really weird spot. So I would put her at the bottom of Bombshells, because if she touches you, you die. And she does have pretty good defense. But she is fighting an uphill battle for the most time I saw in Combo Breaker. When in neutral. I think that's why almost no one was using her. Well, yeah, that's it. This is my tier list. This is basically it. What do you think? I honestly don't know who to peg down a notch, if Double or Bella, but Annie truly deserves to be part of the big 3, like Jesus. Robo just being the best wingman in the game that doesn't die when trying to use the eject seat makes her top tier, just because in the context of team game. Filia is just good all around. You'll never go wrong with Filia. Party crashers, and they're kind of weird to fit in, but they're still really good. Pure Napalm. Squigly is amazingly good. Will actually scorch earth the entirety of your opponent's team. He needs to take a little bit of risk doing that though. Bombshells, again, will kill 1, maybe 2 of your opponents, but if you get touched, you might just die. And the reason Beowulf is here is because he dies by Theonite Beam. He just dies. Again, they fixed Eliza's neutral, which might make her go here because, again, the assist matchup is really bad for her. Beowulf, I'm not entirely sure. You can kind of swap these however you want, except for Umbrella. But again, they did fix the neutral situation with Eliza. She still doesn't have good defense, but that's just one thing. She now is a more complete character, and she's really good. Again, Parasoul needs to take a lot of risks, and doesn't have the greatest mobility, and you know, I just said Umbrella. Painwheel kinda got replaced by Annie, so she's just now playing tag, which is a little sad. But that is it. Let me know what you think in the comments. And if you still think Painwheel is S tier, please play more of the game. Okay. Okay, I will see you next time.